Sled One is a name I didn't know when I first started filming and cataloguing. He is a name I should have known though, because his talents and his skills as a street artist are phenomenal. I feel like he is a big name to look out for in the scene and globally too. He has great perception and a style like no other, and once you're familiar with the style, you should be able to spot his work out in the wild. He has a super dope body of work, and each piece is basically a standalone masterpiece. But when you see all of his work back to back, all I can think is this guy has put in mad time to learn, manages to up the ante with every new piece, and on top of that, he's a super nice guy, and with other street artists and graffiti writers, they're always saying good things about him. I hope you enjoy the video too. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and then you'll get every latest video. I do piece of the week on Wednesdays, and then you've got the catalogue and pieces every Sundays. And thank you if you come back, and to everyone watching the videos every week. I really appreciate it, guys. Sled was the first ever street artist I introduced myself to in real life, and he was doing the collab piece with Smack and Miller near Nova Scotia. I made it piece of the week a few weeks back. I went over there, and even though I was a strange and stoned rando, he made me feel welcome, and he spoke to me, and just anything I asked he was happy to answer. I don't put out pictures of the guys I cover because privacy is number one, so all I'll say on Sled's physical attributes is he is tall. Right? He's definitely the guy to pick if you're shooting hoops. I spoke to him briefly at the Raw and Wax Jam as well, and he was making this super funky piece, which you'll soon see. And he was with Andy Council, and what I noticed was he had such great chemistry with Andy and Jody as well. While they're from different generations, I know that that's exactly where Sled is heading, to that level of status and prestige. He is part of the ASK crew, and it makes sense as well. That's definitely the perfect crew for him to be repping. Now, I'm not art trained in any way, and personally and controversially, his letter writing is as good as his street art to me, but we'll get there shortly. My art background or knowledge would be like Dali, Monet, Picasso, Van Gogh, like these kind of names. And now I gotta say, these people aren't any better than Sled. I'm not even here to argue. Do you know what I mean? It's just how it is. Art is defined by the audience, and I'm telling the Louvre to move the Mona Lisa because Sled is en route. If we have to separate art into levels of talent, then Sled is easily within the realm of being a traditional household name. I read online his style is a mix of expressionism, fine art and realism. His medium is a spray can, so does that mean the indoor art world wouldn't accept what I think instead? I mean, probably. But honestly, he doesn't only just lift up the Bristol street art scene, but the art world too. I'm just waiting because I really believe we should see Sled's stuff being sold through Sotheby's or something like that in the future. A focus on animals and contrasting colours is my personal definition, with a trippy twist and a hard level of fantastic fun in every single piece. I think he's like 1 or 2 degrees away, or 1 or 2 degrees of separation away from being like a lead designer for DreamWorks or Pixar, because who wouldn't want to see this style on the screen? It'd be absolutely perfect. It was important for me to include this piece. It is obviously from his early days in his career, or rather his early days in graffiti, but chrome coloured lovely lettering, chunky and funky, and in parts thin to make me grin. I was so super happy to find this. And also this is a mad dope rabbit, which is merged with some really great lettering and is a great twist on the letterwork, because I imagine if I show folks in the pub where I work, I have a sneaky suspicion they will interpret this as not graffiti but as a street art rabbit, I think. And while I call Sled a street artist, I can't deny the title of graffiti writer as well, because it's undeniable, fantastic and unique lettering as well. It's really, really fresh. So we've got the ASK crew shout out here, and he brought the funk. He got a great colour combination. The placement is big too. It's on the M32 roundabout, you know, heavy for the scene. A place where it's always worth listening to. So all 3 letters here, they have flair, a decent proportion, and like I said, it's truly refreshing to see someone of Sled's caliber to still be in the streets and doing dope letters. Now this is interesting because, like I said, Sled is a top tier artist in the traditional sense, so I assume there'd be bucket loads of information and websites about him, but I found very little. Now his Instagram is my digital port of call, and on there he links one website where you can go and buy a print, and also a print with a bottle of rum, which is really good. That's the Foxhole Spirits Company. You know, I've never seen anyone doing that. That's a really, really dope combo. Now the reason there's not a lot of stuff out there is probably by design, probably on purpose, and maybe he only sells when he wants to, or maybe he doesn't really want to sell stuff. Now I think that's really cool. Think about it, it's not like money goes in and art comes out for him. Now I don't know if he does personal commissions, but he's done bits for Boomtown, for Nas, the festival, and Monster Energy, so potentially, but I can't confirm it. Now you've seen some of Sled's work and what he can do with a spray can, I hope you go and follow him on Instagram. His ability to express his imagination is second to none, and there are some big things planned for this guy, I know that for sure. I feel like whichever direction he takes his work, there will be fields of us happy and of course in awe of his talents. He has such a decent soul, and even when I popped up randomly asking to film his legs, he was happy to do so. There is something I'm missing out in that sentence, but I love how weird it sounds, so I'll just leave it there, but all will be revealed in a few weeks. Thanks to Sled for the great pieces, and thanks to you guys for watching. Remember, every time someone subscribes, a kid out there gets a spray can. And also, you got a bonus piece now. So this popped up just as I was finishing, and I was putting this video together and in the editing bit, but I couldn't leave it out. It's on top of one of the biggest hills in Bristol, Windmill Hill, but it's worth the walk. I'd go up Nine Tree Hill in Stokescroft, Summer Hill in Totterdown, Windmill Hill in Bemmy, and the BT Tower if it meant collecting a piece by Sled. Honestly, look at this vibe. So I just showed Amber this piece here, and quite cleverly she spotted that the windows make it look like the lady's eyes. So it's kind of created a multi-piece, multi-layered, multi-textured piece of street art here, and I think that was quite dope. It was nice of a spot by her. So we have another beautiful woman on a wall in our city of Bristol. Thank you, Sled. And yeah, I'm going to gel off now. Do you know what I mean? Rewatch the video if you want, which would be amazing. But go and watch all the other videos, because there's been some really great ones. I think the one by Silent Hobo, that's a great start. If you really like this kind of work, you'll definitely like that.